What's up? What's up? GeoFlux here. So, another thing I think people need to understand when it comes to relationships, and it's also something that I'm understanding and learning as well, is there's no such thing as a perfect person, a perfect relationship. I feel like one of the many reasons why, myself included, as well as others, one of the reasons why so many of us end up getting our little feelings hurt or feeling disappointed is because you're literally expecting people to be perfect 24/7, 365. Also, you're expecting to basically build a Sims or something. Anybody that's familiar with playing the video game Sims, you're not going to build somebody, and somebody is not going to meet every single criteria that you have. And also, they're not supposed to. We're not supposed to meet all of your standards and wants and needs. And I'm saying that because people will literally base their entire love life, romance, relationship basically off of a fairy tale approach, and then get upset when things don't plan out the way they want in reality. And that's because there's no such thing as perfect. Now, I'm not saying this to say accept bullshit either. Okay, I'm not saying to put up with somebody lying and cheating and, mentally, physically, sexually, financially, emotionally abusing you. I'm not saying you have to put up with stuff like that, but to think that somebody is finna just be on their P's and Q's 24/7, 365, do everything correctly just for you and only you, you're setting yourself up to be hurt. You're setting yourself up to be disappointed, is all I'm saying, okay? Because, and also, when it comes to relationships, partnerships, you also have to be willing to make changes about yourself, and you also have to be willing to make compromises. Again, unless you want to date unless you want the person that you're dating to basically be a yes person, aka a slave to you, which most of us are not going to meet people that are just going to kiss our ass and do everything that we want them to do and never question us. So with that being said, you have to be willing to make changes. A lot of the stuff that works when you're single as an individual is not going to work in a partnership, in a relationship. Okay? A lot of us need to also recognize you can't be selfish 24/7, 365, especially when you're trying to bring another person or people into your life in a relationship. If you want to be selfish, then stay single. You know what I'm saying? Don't get in a committed relationship of any kind. And that's including being non-monogamous, being polyamorous, or having an open relationship, or being in a monogamous relationship. If you're just going to be self-centered, everything is about you and only you, and selfish 24/7, then guess what? You don't need to be in a relationship of any kind. And that's just keeping it real, because you're going to be selfish. You're not going to ever think about the other person or the other people involved. So a lot of us also need to kind of check that as well. Like, everything is not going to be about you. You do have to make changes. If your partner is telling you, hey, I want to go on a date, or hey, I don't want to be in large crowds, I don't want to always be out 24/7, then guess what? If you actually care about your partner or the person that you're dating or talking to, or the people that you're dating or talking to, then you're going to take that into consideration, right? So like the person that I've been talking to, they don't like being around a bunch of people, and they definitely don't like being around a bunch of people that they don't know, right? So with that being said, I take into consideration, hey, this person has a social meter. After a while, they're going to be ready to go, and or they're not going to always go with me to these different events and outings, right? So I have to take that into consideration. It can't just be about me 24/7. It also has to be about the other person that I'm talking to, that I'm dating, that I'm in a relationship with, okay? And vice versa. If somebody is telling you that they like going on dates, then guess what? You're going to have to learn how to go on dates. You're going to have to learn how to initiate dates. You're going to have to learn how to plan dates. Again, it's not about you 24/7. You have to think about the other person. And I think that's one of the problems with a lot of us when it comes to relationships, is we are so used to only caring about ourselves, being self-centered and individual and selfish, mixed with thinking that it's going to be a fairy tale, thinking that everything is just going to be 100% perfect. And there's no such thing. You know what I'm saying? So again, I think those are some of the things that we all, including myself, need to work on. Because in my opinion, you're not going to have a good relationship, a partnership, if you are living in la la land and if you're being selfish. It's just not going to work out. And a lot of people have a hard time with that because, again, we've been conditioned to be selfish, and also to think that, you know, if it's not like a Disney movie, then, and that's not how the real world is. But that's just my little 2 cents. I just wanted to talk about that real quick. I'm out.